All right, yay. I am live, so excited. You know, I am getting new devices this week. I'm excited. Gonna get myself a new laptop, new phone, everything. Brand new. And hello, who's out here? Oh, hi, 5Q. Vibe for Q and things like that. I know you mentioned something in the past. I forgot what it was. So I'm so excited to be here. This is a very important topic. As always, all my topics, I just love them. Hi Liz, I love when the messages come through for what I'm going to discuss with all of you. And hi, Kiara and Tamara. Hi. And all right, everything I do is divinely guided, guys. Everything I do is intuitive based. The messages come through, the videos that I produce. Hi, Kimberly and Maria. All of that is divinely guided. And so with these videos, they come to me as a message. I actually wait for the message to come. Sometimes it comes sooner, sometimes later. Usually with YouTube, I like to announce on the day of, whereas a different platform, I wouldn't do so much of that because it's kind of like you get that notification. You're like, when is that video coming? So I announce it then. And hi, Angie. Okay, so very important topic, how the universe guides you into reunion. Okay. And before I surrendered to my own guidance, long before that, I was teaching this stuff. And hi, Julia. And what was I gonna say? Okay, so when I started as a twin flame coach, so I had surrendered to the mission. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I specifically heard a message that it's the universe that puts twin flames together. Okay, they're like, Asheen, it's not you, it's the universe. Okay, my role is to clear the path pretty much is to assist with healing, so that way the door is open and you experience reunion with your twin flame partner. That's my role. The universe does the rest. And so a lot of times, on this beautiful journey called life, we feel like we're alone. We sometimes forget that there is divine intervention, that God's working together with you, that the universe is working together. Your soul is leading the way. Your feelings have always been a window to that. And hi, Facebook user. To your feelings have been the window to everything. Okay? It's always been that way, but we tend to feel like we're alone. How many times do you, like, I want you to really pay attention to yourself when you talk, okay? If you catch yourself saying, I don't know, you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to, I don't know. Stop saying, I don't know. All right. Don't turn to Google and start typing stuff out. Let go of saying, I don't know, because your answers are inside of you and the universe is providing you with answers. I want to know if this has happened to any of you, when you think a thought or you're having a conversation with someone and then all of a sudden there's a post about your conversation, like on Facebook, Instagram. There's a video that pops up. You're watching YouTube and suddenly the commercial that interrupts you is something that you are having a discussion about. Has that happened to anyone? Let me know if that was you. Okay. So the universe guiding, wow, this is perfect. I've surrendered and life became easier and I can see where I need to grow and become me. Surrendering is definitely the first part of it. And hello from Sydney, Australia. Great timing. Hi, Fatima. All right. And it just happened to me a few minutes ago. All right. There you go. Just happened to you. If you pay attention, you're going to see how much the universe is working for you, with you, I should say, for you and both. And you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention. So this really is the first step. You mentioned surrendering. Surrendering, absolutely. Slow it down. okay? Your thinking, your energy, if you're all over the place and you're busy all the time and you're living outside of your head, outside of your body, and things like those, slow it down. Slow down. I said it down. Slow yourself down. Because you're going to miss it. You're going to miss what the universe is trying to communicate with you and is letting you know. All right. And everything else is about coming into alignment with that. Because it's all there. It's all there within yourself, and they're showing it to you. All right. So all the time. Yes, absolutely. I just heard this phrase, God is good, baby. Someone out there is saying God is good. And I picked up on that. Yes, God is good. And some of you right now may be like, I don't know. You know, there are circumstances that happen to some individual that may make it seem like, I've had all this faith in God. Like, why is all of this happening? I don't have the answers to those. The path was laid out that way for whatever reason and things like that, perhaps for a greater purpose. When you continue along that path and you hang on to the belief somehow, after the rain, you hang on to the belief, you'll see what is being created for you. Because this is what God, the universe, whatever you resonate with, I like God, it feels so much stronger. So I tend to interchange and things like that. God's taking you there. Okay? God is taking you there. And I'm gonna let you guys know. And this is the month where I'm showing you how all of this is happening. Okay? Because I have my master class tomorrow, manifesting. It has a lot to do with what I'm talking about right now. And also I'm gonna have a 4-day challenge for those who want to get going on their mission. All of this is tied in together. And, someone else, you might hear, oh, you don't need any of this. You don't, when it comes to your mission, if you feel like you have a purpose in life and you're moving forward, you're going to discover so much of yourself. You're going to be working with the universe like you never did before, because the universe is guiding you with mission, okay, with your purpose, what you're meant to do. You're going to get to experience all of this stuff on a much deeper level, and it opens you up for connecting with your twin flame. Because, oh, my heat is making this noise. Hopefully it stops. Because the amount of connection you'll have with yourself and with the divine is just, it increases. It's just so much, right? All right. So how the universe guides. I mentioned to slow down. Surrender. Let's talk about surrender for a moment. Let's talk about surrender, okay? Somebody asked me, how on earth do I surrender? I can't seem to surrender to this journey. It's like I try. My mind keeps drifting. I keep not believing. Someone else looks better. Someone else is hitting on me. Like, how on earth do I fully surrender? So I did videos on surrendering way back when and stuff like that. These videos, I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta go. Nothing wrong with them, but there's a lot more to surrendering. As you go along your journey, you uncover more and more and more. Surrender happens through experience. Okay, through experience. It's like when, I'm not wishing this on anyone. I'm letting you know what the universe does to help you out, especially when you have this trouble with like really surrendering and letting things be. Okay. And so it happens when they're saying to go with, like, I'm not into the terms chasers, runners, but let's break it down like this. Someone who is seeking the connection, who wants it so badly, and so forth. Usually there is, after a moment of time, there's, okay, it doesn't look like I'm getting what I want. I keep trying and trying and trying, and it's not working. I'm just going to focus on me. I hear that a lot from people. Forget about it. I'm just going to focus on me. And that's one form. When I've tried control, it's almost like you're fighting your own soul. It's painful. Yes, pain is the key right there to surrendering. It's like you hit that pain within yourself and you're just like, all right, I'm letting this go. Okay? It's in God's hands and things like that. So that is one way. Now, if you are if you or your twin is running from connection, surrendering might happen a little bit differently. Maybe it happened with you as well. Maybe you weren't what you would call the runner and it happened to you. Okay? The universe inflicts, I say it with love, but the universe is very tough. Like if your twin flame is telling you, I don't want this connection, I don't really care, I'm choosing someone else, I'm closing the door, all this kind of stuff. Let me tell you, the universe doesn't play. To you, you're like, oh my goodness, they just told me they don't want me no more. The universe does not play around with this. I've been there. I'm going to tell you what happens. And I have a video that I'm going to finally release a video to explain all the different things that I went through. It is as if the universe inflicts so much stuff on this person. I want to say pain. So many scenarios that they reach this conclusion. Maybe it's you. Enough is enough. I can't keep putting myself through all of this pain. I've tried going left, my left. I've tried going right. I go forward, I go backwards, up, down. This connection does not seem to go away. It's not leaving me alone. It shows up in all kinds of places. The dreams, synchronicities, the names, the experiences. I went through visions, okay, that hurt like crazy. The universe creating this pool to check the social media page or something where pain shows up. And you're like, wow, Isheen, I certainly don't want to go through that. Well, you certainly don't have to if you surrender early enough. But when surrendering is not that easy, the universe breaks down the walls because in order to experience this connection, there can't be walls between you and this person. There can't be. If there still is, it's not time yet. Because this connection is not time for physical reunion, but it's getting there. Because the universe is a big part of this, okay? What the universe does is when enough of these experiences, these painful moments occurs, it wakes up the feelings inside. And the person says, you know what? I have these strong feelings. And this is a moment when maybe it was you, perhaps it's your person, it's probably your person, you don't even know it's your person going through this right now, right? Who breaks down crying and says, that's how much the wall is taken down. And they're able to tap into that vulnerable their vulnerable side, those feelings they've been running away from, so to say. Okay? And it's not the feelings they're running away from. I want you guys to know your twin's not running from you or the feelings in the connection. It is that fear of being rejected. They're not going to like me. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. What's going to happen? Am I even good at this relationship thing? Or I don't know how to tie it up with this person and all of this kind of stuff. This is what a runner usually runs from, okay? So-called runner. It's a mirror too. It goes both ways. Before we point the fingers, it goes both ways. They're not running away from the feelings of the connection, but the fear that this connection shows them. Okay? I'm terrified. It's like I have so much feelings, but I am terrified. If this is the case with them, it's not the case with all. Okay? This is something you cannot talk your twin, you might be like, I'm here for you. You know, you have a good heart, and you're like, you know, I am that person for you. Don't worry. Let your fears go. Okay. I had described this to someone, that fear of rejection. Maybe a psychologist, a therapist is going to come after me, but it's okay. A lot of times I feel like it should be put up there with clinical depression, uh, possibly anorexia, bulimia, any type of condition that's associated with mental, with the mind, any mental, can't find the word, but you know what I'm saying, the mental condition, put it up there, because the fear of rejection comes from a trauma lens. And it doesn't matter how much you tell a person, I'm here for you, I'm there for you, and all this kind of stuff. When that fear exists, it causes them to see things in a different way. It causes them to be afraid, to have this fear of opening up, to have a fear of being seen, and all this kind of stuff. They've never allowed someone to see themselves before. They don't even see themselves. Okay, that's a biggie right there. They don't even see themselves, but yet they're being seen, and that's scary. That happened to me. That happened to me when a voice came out of me from somewhere, and I said, what is that? And I started to work with a healer, and I was just like, I don't want to hear what you're gonna say, but I'm gonna be here because I need healing. I'm terrified of what you're going to say, what you're gonna see, what you're gonna bring up, but I need healing, so I'm going to do this. Okay. That is not something you can talk anybody out of. This is something that requires healing. And with healing, this person is able to go into the pain, work through it, and allow themselves to be connected in this connection with their twin flame. Okay, this is something that they go through. The universe is extremely pushy when it's time to experience reunion. And when the pain, when that pain gets big enough, like, all right, universe, if you put me through one more situation, I'm going to lose my mind. Happened to me. I was like, I'm not going through this pain anymore. Like, I'm tired of it. I get the message. You mean business. Okay? And then I had to figure out how to heal being connected with myself and with my twin and the people around me too. I always say, don't exclude the people around you. And it came through enough messages from the universe that there was no other path, that this was my path. Okay? All right. So that is when surrender happens to a person who keeps running from the connection. Maybe you didn't run and something like that happened where, for example, you find out your twin moved out of town, or your twin again says, nope, enough of this behavior. You keep bringing up the past. I don't want this, or something like that. Okay. And it wakens these wounds within you to the point where you're just like, wow, I have these feelings. They're intense. I want to figure this out. Well, after you say, oh my goodness, they told me that they don't want this anymore, because it hurts. It hurts. The 3D hurts. You might hear things and you're just like, oh my goodness, they said that. But then guess what? They show up again. They just show up again. And some of you might be like, Gh'Sheen, that sounds extremely toxic, I, because of my understanding of the twin flame connection, I see a lot of the things that happen and I'm not talking about abuse, I don't support abuse or anything, that someone outside of the connection might be like, why do they keep like doing that? Why they come around each other again? Like, why? after all that they've been through, like, honestly, why? And I'm like, there is a pull in the connection. There is I feel connected with you. I feel like I'm meant to be a part of your life. I'm meant to be doing something. And I'm trying to figure out how to make this happen, how this all can be, and that kind of stuff. And it's like when the two of you get together, something triggers, and then boom, there's that distance again, or something like that. But there's still that pull. And it's like, okay, how on earth can we figure this out? And this is where I recommend healing, guys. You have to heal this stuff so it can stop. Because even when your twin flame surrenders and is like, okay, I'm ready to experience connection, triggers will happen, pain will pop up, someone could wind up, and I'm gonna stop there because I don't want to manifest it for you. Okay? This is all part of the connection. There are things within yourself that's coming up to be released, and I truly recommend healing those things so you can actually stay connected with each other. Okay? So that happens. Surrender happens. Now, let me see. There's comments here. All right. And I got tired of waiting for him and trying to get with other people and never goes anywhere. I feel like I've been blocked. You've been blocked. You see, you mentioned the word feel. Anytime you say feel, that's your soul telling you something. If you say I think, that's from the mind. I feel like I've been blocked. You've been blocked. You've been blocked from going elsewhere. Okay. So surrendering is an important step. And once you fully surrender, this is when reunion can begin to take place. Okay. And I'm going to explain how. Give me a moment. My mouth is getting dry here. Now you become the student in all of this. Okay. Like I said, the universe is guiding you. So when you reach that surrender moment, you can hear your inner guidance, your inner voice. Until you reach that point where you're just like, you know what? I throw my hands up. I'm not looking for other solutions. I'm not looking for alternative. I have a path. I got the message because every time I try something different, I'm leaving this with it. It's not even leaving in God's hand. Sure, you can leave some aspect in God's hand. I say work together with God in the universe. And this is, or universe. And this is not just with your twin flame. This is with your mission. I'm telling you, I ran from all of that. Because the guidance was there. And a lot of you, the guidance is there. You're hearing something. Something is saying something inside of you. You're feeling it, okay? It was always there. But my resistance wouldn't allow me to hear it, to hear the message. And, it came knocking so many times, hey, 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐩𝐿, and stuff like that. So now when you slow down and you're going within yourself, you're beginning to really connect with yourself. This connection with the divine begins, okay? It's when you reach this place. No thoughts, no resistance, total surrender, total alignment. And you can hear the messages. The universe guides you and lets you know what to do, especially when you ask. Either you ask or you be open to it, to hearing. Okay? You'll hear some messages. If all you hear is be patient, well, then you got to figure out how to be patient and stay in that. And don't create stories that go against being patient. Like, I can't anymore. Where are they? How come they're not showing up? That's not being patient. Okay? There's more to this. There's more to this. And I certainly am going to go into it in my manifesting course tomorrow. I call it course, masterclass tomorrow. It's Manifest Love and Money, how that shows up. because manifesting does have something to do with it. Yes, aligning with yourself, being one, seeing unity, but also creating what the vision you have, what you're feeling outside of you, and it comes into the 3D. Okay? It starts where everything starts inside of you, but you've got to slow down to connect. Okay? You got to make that slow. If you hear the noise in the background, that is my son there. He's looking at me. It's like he stepped in here for a little bit. Go. All right. Okay. And I'm just going to stop a little bit here. You stop looking. Okay. My twins, oh, sure. My twin flame said he feels like he's supposed to be with me. He played mind games to get me to chase, and I blocked him and felt like I needed to work on my abandonment wound instead of begging him to. All right. Well, you're doing what you intuitively feel. It sounds like, if it's not, definitely connect with yourself for that intuitive message. You'll be surprised what message comes up. Like, our mind thinks it knows stuff, but when you connect within and you get the message, you're going to be like, really? Like, do that? Yeah, do that. Okay, do that. Not what your mind is telling you. Do what your intuition is guiding you. Do that. All right, so I'm going to go back to Angie. I stopped looking. Okay, and that is wonderful. That's beautiful. See, now a lot of you might be like, it's beautiful to stop looking elsewhere. Like, why is that? Like, I'm confused. Okay, so there is this idea that your twin flame, I don't know if I threw the R in idea. The kids hate it. They're like, you're always say idea. All right. So I know I just had to say that for a moment. There is this idea that this person is separated from you. You're like, I will keep looking and they're gonna come. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it can happen that certainly happened to me. And where I was in connection with others, I don't stop anyone from being in connection with others, but things get confusing. Okay, when your twin returns and you have this other thing going on, and now you're just like, I don't know who to pick. Like, I'm so confused. And even if you're not feeling confused, but you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you haven't fully. Guess who shows you that? Who mirrors that to you? And at the same time, you're just like, I don't understand why they won't pick this connection. You know, my foot is I have 1 foot out waiting to bounce. If this person doesn't show up, doesn't do it, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Okay. This is something shown to me by the universe. Everything I shared to you guys, I experienced it. I felt it. I might have seen videos and stuff, but that was the universe clarifying things for me. And I help you so that you don't have to take months and years to figure this stuff out. You know, it's my mission. So if you're in your mission, or if you're soon to be in your mission, you'll come to understand just how much the information finds you easier than it does others. You know, sometimes I ask myself, where did all this stuff come from? This is crazy. And even before I fully was in it, every work that I did before, when I look back at my old videos, I'm like, wow, where did all that come from? And stuff like that. I make it my passion to help you guys so that you're not taking a long time to figure this stuff out. Because you can eventually figure it out. But you'll learn it faster. Okay? So here I am, providing you with these videos. And certainly, if you're still feeling blocked in any kind of way, reach out. All right. I love hearing from you guys. I love providing the guidance and so forth. Okay, so we're going back to this. Before I had cut myself off. So, I cut myself off and I lost a train of thought. If anyone, maybe it's going to come back to me. I mean, let me just choose a spot to continue with. Okay. So you're following your inner guidance. You're hearing that voice. The next part is to follow. This is where free will messes things up, okay? It's messing things up with your twin, but you know what? You can help in some kind of way. When you follow your intuitive guidance. And so it may or may not happen to you. Maybe it's happening with your twin, where there is this message that for you, there's a message for you to get into an alignment, for you to clear out karmic situations, karmic patterns, whatever it is, some sort of healing thing, to stop being so busy. Being busy is a push energy, guys. Okay, because you are distancing from yourself. You're not having that connection with yourself. When some people say, oh, I stay busy until they come, I'm like, don't do that. Your twin's not coming. Be connected with yourself. Make time for connection. You got to bring it in, not out. Bring it in and connect with yourself, okay? And so, oh boy, it's one of those days, huh? All right. So you're connecting with yourself. You're following through. You're following through on your inner guidance. And I did say free will. Free will say, I got time. Okay. I feel like I should be doing something. Maybe I need to reach out or something like that. This could be on your twin flames, and perhaps I should, And free will says, I'm not ready yet. Nope. Things need to be perfect. My life is a mess. Not right now. Are they even going to like my kids? I don't know. Maybe I'll wait for my kids to get older. But anything, any of those excuses, okay? Free will. And I say free will sucks. Some of you might be out there saying, Sheen, free will is great and stuff like that. No, free will sucks. Okay. And I share it from my experience with free will because I was a free will taker. I took free will, lots of it. That was so wrong. That was wrong. All right. But I had a lot of healing to do. I love sharing my stories with you guys so you can understand what that is. The universe was like, you've got to make time for yourself. You've got to connect with others. You've got to be there. Whatever the case, I would hear these things. You got to wrap up on, I don't know, your dating life. You got to finish all of that. But I was busy. I had a business I'm running and all this kind of stuff. I was trying to figure it out. I was trying to figure out money. Money was an issue. All of this stuff was going on that it was like, okay, I hear it. Not right now. Or I'm trying. Not even not right now. I wasn't that bad. It was more like, I'm trying to figure this out. Next day, I'm trying to figure this out. Was I totally trying to figure this out? I don't know. The universe kept talking to me and saying, you've got things backwards, okay? And I share this because it might be that way with some of you, where you're like, my life is too busy for this person to come in. And I can't seem to keep the house in order. I have kids and we're chaotic at times. And the universe was just like, Isheen, you've got this thing backwards, okay? Because when you have a partner with you, your life is easier. Some of you are like, let me fix my life before my partner comes in the picture. And it's like, why? Why do you feel that you need to do that? Is there a part of you that keeps connection away? Sometimes we keep connection away. We don't even know it. We make up these excuses. I'm not ready. I'm not in the best shape yet. I want to be in a better shape. I want to have more money and all this. And it says, keep connection away from me. Stay away. And then we wonder why Twin Flame's not showing up and stuff like that. You got to change your thinking. You got to change your thoughts. Okay? If it's about weight, your twin already accepted you. If they didn't, the universe will make them accept you. So it's not about weight. If it's your life is too busy, well, slow it down. Start to ask for help, you know? Be more connected with people. Allow people in to be a part of your world, to help you out. Let go of being perfect, okay? Because this person wants to come in and they're going to be a big part of your life and they're going to help you. You're going to receive that, okay? And stuff. The two of you help each other. Whatever story you're telling yourself that's keeping free will going. That's why I say free will just sucks. Because I that was me with that free will. Like, I'm getting out. And part of that reason is that disconnect with yourself. Because your intuition is telling you something and you're still on the outside. You or your twin flame still on the outside. Nope, gotta slow things down and say, okay, let me stop running from myself. Let me stop running from what my intuition is telling me. If it's negative thinking I keep having, let me really work on those negative thoughts because they are being manifested. They create an energy that says, stay away from me. Even when you're saying, I want you, I really want to be with you, but deep inside you're just like, no, you don't like me, you're not worthy, you're choosing someone else and all this kind of stuff. I bring up all the situations that are very real. Take care of those. If deep down, intuitively, listen, I have to heal these things within myself. I can feel that. I have to heal these things in order for me to experience reunion. Prioritize it. Okay? Because that's what the universe told me. Not just the universe, my twin flame's higher self was like, oh my goodness, the messages I would hear. This is why I can relate with so many of you. And being on the other side, I call it, I'm just like, I wish this person can truly understand and can hear the things that you guys are saying. Because I would hear things like, why do you not make us a priority? Okay? Why am I not important enough for you? Things like that, right? Some of you guys might have said that, right? And it's not even that it's about the other person. Like, if this is your twin, it's not even that it's you. It's, how do I word this? It has a lot to do with that person being connected with themselves. That disconnect makes it hard to slow down, to take it slow, and to connect and to prioritize and move forward and do what's best for themselves and all this kind of stuff. So it hurts when it seems like that person is not putting you at the top of the list. Like, try to figure it out so we can be together and things like that. I really feel like the messages were helpful. For me, they were helpful. If this is for you, allow them to help you out. If you have some sort of resistance at first to the intuitive messages that you are receiving, if you don't know what they are, certainly reach out, because you need your intuition. You do in this journey, because that's it. That's a connection with your soul, with the universe, with God. This is how you are being guided in life, not just your twin flame connection. Okay? Slow down and prioritize things. When you're feeling ready, or you're getting yourself ready to experience reunion, prioritize your intuitive guidance. Don't put them to the side. Not now. I'll figure. Prioritize it. If it's not a priority to you, don't go looking for reunion. Okay? And you might be like, oh, okay, well, isn't this person just gonna like show up? And anyways, like, even if I wasn't, they could. Anything can happen. The universe might put them in your face just so you can be like, like, the two of you near each other and take that away. They do that to wake you up And you're like, good Lord, I do have these feelings. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, I'm telling you. And why the universe is so persistent? Well, I call it God's love. This connection is the love that God has for you, the love that exists, your mission and your twin flame connection. I know some of you might be like, I don't know about that, Isheen. Yes, yes, it is. It is. That's a resistance right there that needs healing in order to experience it. You've got to be honest with yourself. Because if you find yourself saying, I'm totally okay without them, I can be fine, I can find someone else, I'll be okay. But deep down inside, you're like, I really want this connection. Stop telling yourself something different than that. It is okay. Now, I feel like I'm hearing, isn't that a push energy? Now, wanting the connection doesn't mean that you're thinking about it, because your mind is going to ruin everything. It's all feelings. It doesn't mean that. It means that you're choosing yourself, you're choosing your path, your intuition, alignment, ascension, all of this kind of stuff is what you're choosing. When you're saying, well, I don't want it, I'm just going to do something different. Now you're out of alignment. You're not necessarily in the path towards ascension. Probably are to somewhat, because every experience is taking you there. Your twin takes you there faster. And all of this kind of stuff, when you're choosing something that is not a part of your path. Now, when you get on that path, universe loves it. Off that path, some of you might be like, okay, what? The devil loves that. The devil loves when twin flames are off their path. Okay? And I took chances in saying that, but I'm clearing energy right now. It's late out here. And when you're on your path, the road opens for you. Opportunities open, everything. And the universe is guiding you. And sometimes the voices are small. Like the whispers of the universe is small. You hear something and it's small. All of it is important. You see messages on your timeline, the repeated numbers, synchronicities, your twin flame's name everywhere, giving you some sort of encouragement on this journey, and so forth. And you might be like, okay, so I'm receiving all of this, but when is it going to happen? I say this: when you feel it on a soul level, you feel it in your heart, it's deep within you where you're just like, it's going to happen. Okay? Oh, excuse me. You just know it will happen. Let go of the questions. Don't ask questions. Universe is not big. Well, they'll support you with questions, but the things like when is it going to happen? Where is it? How is it going to show up? You're not going to get those answers. So stop asking and just let it be. Now you can ask, show me the way. Teach me. Tell me what to do. Show me. The universe is like, you got big money coming your way. Okay, show me. All right. You can say things like those and ask for guidance. What can I do now? What path do I need to take? What service to do in all of this? But not the when, where, how come. Those are all coming from ego. Okay. And the ego will never take you to where you are going, like ever. It won't. Don't even try. With those thoughts, don't even try. It's not going to work. All right. And okay, so take a look at these comments. How he makes fake accounts to send messages. All right. I say this all the time. Okay. I say this all the time. Your twin flame's looking at you from somewhere, okay, with a fake account under a different name somewhere. And or at the grocery stores or driving past. It's just interesting. because this is what I've come to learn. This is the things that I've seen in this journey. All right, I'm just sharing with you guys what I've seen is that the divine masculine doesn't go away. All right, whatever tarot readings, and I'm not against them. I'm not. I'm not. If it resonates with you, the message was meant for you. But a lot of times it makes it seem like the divine masculine is at a distance somewhere. Your divine masculine is not. Okay. If you're not in physical contact with each other, like, well, that is a form of physical contact right there. You're not communicating verbally with each other. You feel like you're not seeing them. They are around you. Now, some of you might be like, okay, Sheen, you're giving me creepy vibes. That feels like some stalker stuff. Call it what you want to call it, and stuff like that. But I'm not saying it like that whole creepy stalker. No, that's wrong. I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying in the way of the pull in this connection. There is a pull. I should back this up a little bit. When the two of you met with each other, this is how I see it. Your divine masculine was aware of the connection before you were. Okay? Before you were. This is a journey of the divine feminine. It's like the masculine, and it can be either, but I'll use it this way. It's just easier for me to explain. The masculine sees something in you and sees something in themselves too that doesn't feel ready yet to experience this connection. Okay? And they might say that, listen, I'm figuring things out. I'm going slow. I just need. So what do us divine feminines do? Right? What do I? And it's not a blame thing. I'm just explaining to you the things that go on in this connection. I want it right here, right now. It's got to look like this. Make it like that. I'm not having it any other way. Like, I want it, I want it, I want it. Okay? And I honestly feel like it's part of the journey. This is why I you will never catch me saying, oh, chasers, they're this, they're that, they're this. I will never criticize anybody on this journey. I feel like it's all connected. When you look at it, how is it that there is a group of folks in this connection that's like, I want it, I got to have it, and a group of folks over here, I mean, there isn't any separation, but let's take a look at this, okay? A group of folks who are like, not yet, not right now, or not. If you talk to anybody in this journey, you will see the similarities. Why is that? It's intended that way. It was created that way for the purpose of the healing and growth of the divine feminine, and the masculine just shows it to you. Your divine masculine is your mirror showing you those places for healing, and it's in the words that you're saying. My twin flame is running from me. How are you running from yourself? They won't acknowledge me. How are you not acknowledging yourself? Okay? It's that whole mirror thing. It's not just your twin flame. Other people have been doing it too. But now that you're with your twin flame, it's like clicking. It's making sense. But it's always been that way. Okay? It wasn't on the other person. It was in you. It's a journey of your growth, your awakening. And as you're healing, because they're showing you these things, you're healing, they're healing too. It's like the two of you are working together in this. And you are each other's teachers, and you're helping each other and all this kind of stuff, even if you're not in communication with each other. And so the pull and the connection has been there since the beginning with the divine masculine. Wow, I found the one. Okay, you're like, really? They felt that? Yes, they did. Okay, don't tell me stories. They took off with the other person. They're doing all of this. There are reasons. Okay. All right. So they found the one, and here comes the wounds. In the beginning, it's like, okay, everything's really going really great. This is, everything's just wonderful. Then the wounds surface within you, within them. And depending on their upbringing, this feels like too much. Their upbringing, their previous relationship experiences, and all of this kind of stuff. This is a lot. the connection brings up these deep-rooted pain, and then it becomes difficult to know how to connect with each other, how to experience that connection. And, I'm not trying to manifest stuff. It feels easier somewhere else, whatever the case is. I don't have to face myself. I don't have to deal with these wounds that are showing up. I don't know how to open up. It's too hard to explain what's going on inside of me. But for some reason, this other person doesn't mirror me as much. Whatever. So these are the things that happen, but the pull is always there. The inner knowing is always there. There is no such thing as the divine masculine is unawakened. You can throw that out the window. Everyone is awakened to an extent. You have an intuition, you know something. You're feeling, sensing something. Okay? Everyone has intuition. When you are with that ex, that no good ex that did you wrong, you know it. You didn't need anybody to tell you that. if your friends and people were like, oh, you need to ditch that person, you knew. But then you might be like, okay, well, some of you are like, well, they're saying that about twin flame. No, I said you, not them. You didn't need them to tell you anything, because inside you knew. And with your twin flame, you know what the truth is. You don't need anyone else to tell you what's going on inside of yourself. Okay? All right. So the divine masculine feels the pull. They're interested. They want to get to know you. And perhaps their inner guidance says, not right now. The connection is not ready yet. You're not ready yet. You can't hurt your twin flame. These are guidance that happens. The universe will tell you you cannot hurt this person. So if your ego is you're still in the ego and all this kind of stuff, it's just not going to happen. Okay? You might be like, well, what if it does? It can. Happens all the time. I see twin flames get together without much healing. It's a lot more painful, is how I can word it. It's when you're not in that physical contact, this is the time you can really work on healing those things inside of yourself. So when you come back together, it's easier. There's still healing that happens after you come back together. Okay, healing just doesn't end just because the two of you came together. But it feels easier than two people who haven't had that experience yet, and they're trying to figure it out. Of course, they're going to figure it out. Eventually, everyone figures it out, as long as you're working on healing yourself, the right type of healing. Okay, it's much more than just experiencing soul alignment. It's being in touch with the person inside of yourself and to stop hiding from yourself. All right, it's things like those. And you experience this connection better. And the universe continues to guide both of you. This is where I say to let go of relationship rules. Let it go. Anything relationship, let it go. It's not going to work. Matter of fact, it never worked with anybody. When you try to put your rules on someone, I need you to do this, give me more attention, all this kind of stuff. Let's make sure that we're doing this. It has never worked, ever. Your feelings guide you. You feel things. And you continue to go with your feelings and being authentic, being real to those. All right. So today I started crying with feelings of deep love, and then I realized how loved I really am by God. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. I've been through that too. And you guys know my story. When I finally surrendered and everything, I would say everything came together. I cried. I cried. It's beautiful. Beautiful blessings, okay? The amount of love by God is just beautiful. And I remember saying, this is what you were putting together? I didn't understand it. My fears did not allow me to understand it. And it was for me to experience that the love that God has. And I'm telling you, it's when you surrender to this connection, just really go with your intuition. It's amazing. Let go of what the ego is telling you. Well, heal from it, not just let it go. Heal. Okay? You know? Take a look at it and heal it. Then you're able to see what's been happening all along. The ego won't let you believe that. The ego says it's not working, it's not here. That's it. Anytime the ego says, oh, that's all that I get, oh my goodness, it's gratitude, people. Gratitude. Let's remember, manifesting. God works with gratitude. The universe. Be grateful for every step of the journey, and more of your blessings come. All right. So I love that. I love that, Kimberly. And I love that the no ifs and just surrender. Okay. Asking and hearing, it's always with me. Yes, it is, Alonzo. And all right, hold on. Got this interruption here. All right. Here we go. And so I do have other women attracted to me. It can be hard, but I'm learning to trust. The devil's really good. Okay? Those are messages that I hear, you guys. I'm explaining what I hear. They love when, okay, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not inviting that energy in here. But you've got to see through things. And what's that word? Discern. Use discernment. Really go with intuition, go with soul and everything. This is not a twin flame thing. It's always been that way. I've watched in the past, I would watch couples who are, well, they were highly religious, get married and say prayers like, God, keep away the things that interfere. Help keep away the things that interfere with this connection. And I didn't truly put that to mind until I got into this journey, and I was like, oh, wow, yeah. Clear the energy. Discern. You know, you get tested. You really get tested. And the test, though, that test is trying to steer you off course. It's trying to make you not believe and choose a different path. Okay? All of this, created by God, I guess. You might be like, why is there like there's the positive, the negative, the yin, the yang, and duality in that sense. Trying to overstep that oneness that exists in all of us. Okay? And so, yes, stay on course. Stay on course. And when you do that, so does your twin. And you might be like, I don't know. Well, so does your twin, okay? Don't ask questions. Just know. And I feel like my connection is at a standstill. I feel like I just need to leave the twin flame alone and not even try to connect, because we just aren't connecting right now. All right, Anna Marie. So at a standstill, this is at a standstill with yourself. Something within yourself is at a standstill because your connection is not at a standstill, and it becomes mirrored by that. This is what I'm getting. You can always let me know if I'm wrong or right. Perhaps a part of you, unintentionally, you might not have realized, have been a bit focused on him and not within yourself. Maybe you are focused within yourself and you're just like, okay, what's going on? If your focus is within you and you connecting with yourself in the divine, you're doing all of this, there is no standstill. There is a perceive that it is. Okay? The universe is working. And when you're healing, you're aligning, you're connecting with source, and you're on your path, everything is unfolding for you. You just can't see it yet. Okay? So it might feel like it is, but it might not be. Okay? And if you notice you said, I feel like I just need to leave the twin flame alone. Trust your feeling. Everything that comes after that. The word feel, believe that. And let the universe take over. And I want to step away and not reach out to the twin flame, but at the same time, I have a habit of wanting to check what they are doing or if they miss me low, but I want to leave them alone. Yeah, yeah. So it's that come back to you, and um. All right, when you're checking on them, you're seeing what they're doing, and all of this kind of stuff. You're moving away from yourself. Okay, connect more with you. And I know sometimes it gets confusing. It's like, okay, well, how do you experience a relationship with someone when you're just all about you? I will say that you've always been experiencing a relationship with yourself. Okay, always. It didn't matter who it was. It's not just twin flame. All right. So, I bring up the previous partner to help you guys understand. I know you're like, Isheen, leave that previous partner out of the picture. I just want you to see that this is not twin flame related. It's always been that way. The things that you tell yourself, the negative thinking, they don't want me, they were all showing you that. They're just showing you. So what's the equation here? You. And anything outside of you is just a reflection of in here. Okay, so this connection will teach you that how to be within and connect with yourself, and you experience connection that way, not outside, inside, and connecting outward. Okay, and before you say, why is it like that with twin flame? It was never twin flame. Never. The other connections were showing you that. The reality that you had with your previous connection was shaped by you and how you connected with yourself and how you allow other people to feel connected with you. That's what manifested that person in. And so, not, I finally caught alive. Yay, you caught alive, Chloe. Glad you're here. I just said that the other day about not being a priority low. Yeah. Well, that is their learning to do. Perhaps somewhere within you, something may not be a priority. I truly believe in the mirror. But it does take a lot of healing to say, listen, I'm going to slow down and focus on the things that matter the most. It does take some healing to do that. I just recently dreamed that my twin said that ran from me and is with someone else because I rejected him. I say that all the time. This is a journey of the divine feminine. A lot of times, the divine masculine is just trying to figure things out. But with the feminine, there is something in that energy that says, go away. Okay? This is why I do the inner child healing. Because your inner person had learned something about connection, had learned some things about relationship. Maybe parents' relationship weren't so great. Connection with dad or mom weren't really whatever it was. People around you said relationships are no good. Who cares? Whatever it is. And so your inner person learned all of this. And so when you want to experience connection, she's just like, I don't think so. Stay away from me. You're going to hurt. You're going to hurt me because I've already been told that. And so while you're saying, I want to experience connection, your inner person starts to sabotage things. And you don't realize that this is happening, but your twin picks up on the energy. And so your twin might be like, you're rejecting me. And you're like, what are you talking about? I'm not rejecting you. This is why I recommend healing, because it's hard to see it within yourself where you're pushing away connection. Okay? Because it's energy, guys. It's energy. That person inside of you is giving this energy like, stay away. Or that confuses your twin or something like that. You've got to get that person inside of you on board, right? She's running the show. Or he, depending on whoever is hearing this message. And so when the dreams and signs get much less or stop after having tons of them, it is because the universe wants you to have faith without that validation, or is it pushing you to surrender fully? It's the first one. Have faith without validation. You don't need it. Just total faith. Okay, so I have to say something on the twin flame journey, this is coming up for me to say, it's real, guys. It's real. You know, we weren't taught to believe our intuition, to trust ourselves a lot of times. If you were one of the lucky people who was taught that. But most of the time, we were taught how powerful our intuition is, how much we truly can have the things we want, and that dreams are a window of opportunities, is what it lies ahead of you. You know, when you were younger, maybe someone said, keep dreaming, or why are you daydreaming? It's been showing, your daydreams have been showing you the possibilities. All of that is real. All right. And I know it feels scary. Like, I can't see it. I don't know. It's not happening. Let go of all of that. You're really powerful, and the universe is working together with you. And I want you to know that that is true. Okay. But you got to work with the universe. You got to hear the messages and work together and not push it away. You know, I was there. I pushed away because I didn't know. I didn't know that beautifulness the universe was putting together. All right. So I have been going through the watching me from everywhere. I'm a little confused with that, with the statement. And I just ended it with my twin, but now I'm getting numbers and synchronicities. But I was having severe doubt and questioned everything. He triggered me so bad. I ended it. Yeah. Gotta work on healing the triggers. Heal the triggers. And it happens with both of you. You're both triggering each other a lot. I highly recommend that because, see, I if I say because he's gonna come back, I don't want to disappoint you, or maybe it's not quite sure where you're at with that. But the way this connection works is like the two of you find each other again, and I truly recommend healing the triggers. Triggers are a normal part of life, but there's a way you can experience triggers without it affecting you, and you can see opportunities instead. Like when you're triggered with healing, especially with the nervous system, which is something I help with, you feel relaxed when you're triggered. You don't feel this fight or flight because the nervous system, it trauma hits the nervous system. It gets really affected. And you go into this fight or flight, and now the two of you are bumping heads. But with healing, you're triggered, and you may either find yourself saying, I can't talk right now. I need to step away so that you can go diffuse and come back in the conversation. Or perhaps you're able to see, like, especially when he's triggered, you're like, okay, he's having his moment now. This isn't about me right now. Okay. Or whatever the case, when you're healing, the triggers you do different things with the triggers because the connection is going to trigger you. It's the way the connection works, you know. It's not your imagination. Those triggers, the things you're triggered by, the things the ego says, you know, the ego is like, destroy, 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 because that's what it does, are coming up for healing. And what we tend to do is run away from that. And I, can truly understand how you're like, I'm ending things. I did it lots of times when I did not understand what was going on. And I'm not saying that's where you're at. You have your understanding of your journey and so forth. When the triggers were coming up, like, oh my goodness, I felt so rejected. I closed that door. I was like, no, universe is lying to me. No, he doesn't want me. Close that door and things like that, and left and dived into my work and all this kind of stuff without understanding, because the universe had said you're in reunion. When they say you're in reunion, if you hear that message, you're in reunion. Okay, believe it. No matter what triggers come up, you're in reunion, because the coming together with this person is going to bring up a whole bunch of stuff in you. And it's intended to do that, so that these things get released from your body. Now, when we talk about harmonious reunion, having a beautiful connection, everything like that, those pain that's inside of you that's still sitting in there can't be there to experience that. Okay? I mean, the pain is a part of you. The pain is you. The pain is beautiful. It's showing you something. You heal that pain and look into it and love it and heal. Use it as a healing tool so that you get to that destination where everything feels really wonderful. It works the same with money. Money, same thing. You're like, I want to manifest $10,000, and now all this pain comes up, and you're just like, oh my goodness, the bills, or I don't know, the collectors are calling again, and all this kind of stuff is happening, and it triggers you, and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to get to that. Well, that is the universe showing you that these things still exist inside of you. And someone who manifests $10,000 in like a month doesn't have those things. So in order for you to get to that goal, it's got to come out of you. But what do? We run from it. This is too painful. Like, I can't, and that kind of stuff. I totally get it. I did that when I didn't know what was happening. Learn from the pain. Take a step back. The pain is not your twin flame. I know you might be like, it is them. It's not your twin flame. It's not. They're showing you the trigger is showing you something inside of yourself that still needs healing. Okay. All right. And Shannon, let me see. I lost space. Boy, we have a lot of questions. Nope. Hold on a second. I lost track. Oh, now I understand that. I've been going through the watching me from everywhere. Okay. I understand that now. All right. Hello, Shannon. Thank you for great information. You're welcome. All right. And still running into my twin flame's brother. He dodges me too. What the heck is going on here? No energetically chasing. You might be like, what the hell, No energetically chasing as I'm dealing with upsetting family issues and can barely focus on anything else. Yeah. The running, dodging, I don't know with the brother, but any type of running, dodging is a mirror of where you may be running and dodging from yourself without realizing it. Okay? It really is like anything on the outside. I know it looks that way on the outside. I know. The outside experience reflects something within yourself in some kind of way. With the brother, I don't know what's going on with the brother, but it reflects that. And why would the brother keep showing up also dodging me? Is our soul doing it? Am I manifesting? It seems more than a coincidence if there's such a thing. I would say I don't have the answer for that. Spirits is not providing me with the answer right now. I could pull the answer. I'm not going to. It's during this live. I do feel like something's creeping in, so you might get something on that. I share when it comes up, obviously, because it's meant for sharing. But is you will get the answers when it's time for the two of you to have that open discussion and talk about it. One of the things that I find is that when there isn't communication in the physical, so many things seem are misunderstood. So many things are misunderstood. And then when you have that opportunity to open up and talk about it, you're going to find out the truth. And this is what happens when twin flames typically get back together. They say what's been going on. And a lot of times it's not even what you believe is going on. It's just not. 3D can be deceiving, has illusions and all this kind of stuff. Your own intuition might be able to tell you. But certainly when physical contact is made and you're able to have the discussion about it, you'll be able to find out what's really going on. Okay. And my twin is marrying. Okay. You know, most twins, oh, I'm towards the end. Okay. Most twin flames meet each other when one or both are married or in some sort of committed relationship. It is one of the questions that I could ask the universe, but I'm like, leave it alone. If anyone out there, this may be that part of the twin flame journey that hasn't fully come. Maybe tomorrow I'm going to see a YouTube video on this. That's how the universe works. It's like I'm talking, and then later I see a post, a video, or something that gives me answers about that. Twin flames being with someone else happens to me. My marriage was already broken down. There really wasn't one. You know, we lived like I would say for months I didn't even know what he looked like, and we lived together. If you're watching this, yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. My ex-husband, you know, if he's watching this, we didn't know we and this connection found me in that time. I am certainly not an exception to that. Definitely not. And during the years of our physical distance, I wrapped up on that marriage, got divorced, and did a whole bunch of healing and things like that. But I am certainly not an exception to that. And it's one of those things that's like, universe, really? But what I can say is it's not the twin flame that breaks up that connection. That connection was headed out there somewhere, somehow, something wasn't clicking, something wasn't really working well. There was something there prior to that. Okay. And that's all I gotta say there with that. And I have feelings of a deep pure love that I have had with my twin in a previous life. All right. Love is pure. Love is real. Allowing yourself to open up to love and being vulnerable and everything, nothing wrong with that. Having rules around love, it, telling yourself how it should look like, trying to shape and mold it into what reality, what society thinks it is. Now that's the problem. But love has not been the problem, guys. Hasn't been the problem. So that's good that you mentioned that, experiencing that pure love. And just be sure that pure love is within yourself as well, more so for yourself than that perceived, well, than the other you, I should say. Well, it's all one. It really is just one unit. That love within you. This is that love that you're feeling in your connection, and that your twin flame is mirroring to you. Is that love that's inside of you. All right, and when twins reunite, should they work with someone initially? Should they work with someone initially? Um, I recommend it. I don't feel like it's totally necessary. You're like, oh, Sheena, what are you doing? You know, I recommend it to begin to do that work initially, because it helps you to stay in connection when your twin shows up. Now, this connection, okay, this is what happened. Okay, this is why I highly recommend it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is coming to me. And I'm going to have a post on this. As you're entering reunion, like really entering reunion, it is that time. You might find that you push it away. Your twin, push it away. Okay? And you might be like, why? I want this connection. Why am I going to push it away? Like I said, your deepest rooted fears are going to surface. It's normal. Are they going to reject me? Are they even going to like me? Push, 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 go away. And it's not you. Before you're like, oh, why can't I just get this straightened out? Like, why can't I? Of course I want them. Why is this coming up? Because the connection does that. It's going to bring up stuff within you that you thought you had figured out, that you had healed, that you might be like, I healed this already. Like, why is this coming up again? Deep rooted, okay? This is why I recommend working with someone initially. Obviously, I would volunteer myself. I'm right here. I get to that pain, that deep pain, okay? When you work with me, I say this to all of you, get ready to tap into that part of yourself that was too hard to do. That's you. That's where you meet you, the real you, not something else that you've been showing the world, the real you. And if you have a hard time doing that, because some of you already know, I have a really hard time connecting with myself. It's too painful. It's too scary. Like, I can't do it. And so there is so much going on in there that I'd rather just not look at it. I clear that energy for you. And it's amazing when it happens and you're able to connect. I will never have you connecting with yourself when you're in that space. Like, let's just get to it. Align with soul. You can't align with soul when there's layers of things that are there. And so I clear that, and I'm pretty careful with how I do things so that you don't feel hurt. Now, someone might be like, connecting with yourself hurts. It can feel painful when you've been running from yourself so much and you don't want to look at the person within. It happens. I've met people who are like, okay, I'm ready to heal, who are showing up but back out. And I'm like, okay, I'm here. On their way to show up but back out. Because it hurts to look within. There are times it hurts to look within. Like you've been running life looking outside of yourself. It feels safe to just look out there. Forget what's going on here. Matter of fact, those feelings, like what feelings? I rather shove them deep down inside. I'm in pain, but I don't let anyone know that. I hide my pain so much from the people outside of me that I hide it from myself. I don't even know who I am anymore. It happens a lot. It happens a lot. And then when your twin flame comes up and that comes up, boy, okay, heal. Heal this, because the connection will find it in you when you don't heal it. All right. And what is the best advice to keep them on track? Connect. Stay connected with yourself. Stay in connection. Stay in connection with the divine. Okay. There will come a time when both of you are ready to experience this connection and you're willing to work through it and help each other out for healing. And it isn't, okay, here I am, I choose it, where are they? They should be choosing it right now. I choose it. Where are they? You stay in the choosing. They're coming into alignment. They have to. Your so-called running twin might be like, is she? Don't tell them that. They have to. And why do I put such a strong conviction on that? Because you share one soul. They're not separated from you. You choose reunion. You stay in there. You're following your intuition. Very important. So that they're following their intuition. It's just you. It's you showing you what's going on with you. Stay there and allow reunion to take form on its own without trying to control it. The universe is doing all of the work for you. Okay? And so to stay on track, it does have a lot to do with your thoughts, your energy. Thoughts ruin everything. Be in tune with your feelings. Heal what the ego is telling you so it can stop showing up, because this thing, the ego wrecks connection, wrecks everything. That's what it does. It ruins everything to help you feel safe in a false way. Okay? So all of this stuff, but have trust, because they are guided as well. And there comes a point when both of you are like, I don't see any other choice. I don't see any other way. I know who you are for me, and this is what I'm choosing. It does happen. Believe in it, okay? And it doesn't have much to do with you trying to make anything happen, except that you're being in connection with yourself and you're experiencing connection with this person. All right, and is my twin flame being with a karmic have to do with rejection? I'm still healing, but I don't know what could be the block. Yes, it does. Okay, yes, it does have to do with rejection. What I have found, I'm hearing self-confidence is the biggest thing. All right, so when you're not feeling confident in yourself and you have thoughts that run through your mind like, I think they'll choose someone else, they're not really going to choose me, maybe I'm not, or anything around that, it pushes them towards that karmic person. It just does. You know, I remember a time I said to the universe, like, I mean, I wasn't the one thinking this way, but I was trying to let go of a karmic person and struggling with it too. Like, I was like, universe says for me to go this way. I'm trying, like, go away from me, okay? And I was trying. It was really, really hard. But I could tell you what, well, I would have to tell you what broke that off was my twin getting healing around that confidence. And I no longer felt that push towards the person. So even though he was coming forward still, I had the strength to be like, no. Rather than, I'm trying, I'm feeling like I'm getting pushed, I'm trying. I'm telling you, it's super important that you take care of the things that you're telling yourself because it affects this connection. And I can remember when I was like, universe, I'm really trying to let this person go. Like, why can't my twin just understand that? So we can experience the connection. Like, I don't want this, just like have an understanding. The universe like kind of laughed at me. It was just like, it doesn't work that way. And then I get hit with another vision again. And it was a hot mess. I was a hot mess because your decisions affect each other. There's no way around that. None. I would love to say that there is, but there isn't because it's just you. There's no separation. And before we make it a twin flame thing, it's always been you in all your connections. And so the healing happens there. And when you're healing self-confidence, self-confidence can be healed super fast, especially when you are connecting with your inner child who is remembering something about feeling rejected in some kind of way. You heal that, it takes away that energy of pushing towards that other person, that energy, and they don't feel that pull towards them. Well, that's one step. They certainly have to learn the lessons too, but it helps them to be able to learn the lesson when there isn't this energy saying, you rejected me, you're choosing them, and that kind of stuff. And they're able to hear themselves better and heal. So yes, absolutely. And I don't know what I'm doing to reflect that. Actually, even my kids are doing this. I'm not sure if we had a free clarity call, a free 30-minute call. I'll put the link. Get on it. I'll help you find it. Okay? And that dodging is what I'm referring to. And it may not be a reflection. No. I feel like I almost heard something. It may not be. It could be a misunderstanding about something. Okay? I'm telling you, lots of misunderstandings happen when you're not having that physical communication with one another. And Shannon said, I had such a hard time getting things done, and being around others is this part of the journey. Yeah, it may be getting things done and being around others. This connection is going to show you all of that and is going to push your limits and have you connecting with yourself, with others, with the universe, and so forth. Okay? It's hard. You mentioned you have a hard time. There is healing to be done around that. And, my focus is inner child healing, energy healing, sometimes past life healing too. We tap into that, especially if you came here in this lifetime with certain fears and things like that, and you don't even know where it came from. A lot of that is past life. Okay. All right. So that looks like the end of the comments. Thank you so much for hopping on with this live. And I truly hope you guys gained a lot out of this. And like I mentioned, my masterclass is happening tomorrow. Manifest Love and Money. And it's not what you think. I'm not going to tell you guys to stay happy all day long. Okay. That's like part of the equation. So I did put the link down below, and I look forward to seeing you guys there. Thanks. Have a good night or good day. Bye.